Hey, everybody, come in, hit the like button as you come in. Welcome. Happy Friday. We are live again. We've already been live today, but this is the live. We'll call it the live. Welcome as you come in. Don't forget to hit the like button for us. Hey, Harlem. Welcome. Starting to have technical difficulties over here. It won't let me push nothing. So I hope it don't mess up on us. We are here. It won't let me grab the link to put in the chat. Yeah, so I was going to talk about that because she is saying there are other people that probably should be where she's at. So we need to figure that out. It's a lot going on. Welcome in, y'all. Come on in. Hit the like as you come in. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, it will not let me invite. That was the whole purpose of being over here. Oh, I might need to. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking like with these arrests he's making, the administration is making, because in everything that is coming out in these Epsteine files and that has to do with them, like Donald Trump is being mentioned several times, parties at Mar-a-Lago, like mentioning underage girls, like he don't want to hear it. He don't want no parts of it, but it's too late. It's coming out. Come on. You won't not let me. I can't. Um, am I still here? You see, I see y'all now. I don't know what's wrong. So, like, you know how I have to click to grab the link to put it down there, like it'll pop up and go away. It pop up and go away. So that means like even it's all of that is on there where you share, where you get the link to let people come in. It's just jacked up. All right, y'all. So welcome. Happy Friday. So glad to be here. It seemed like we haven't been here in like forever. But I have been doing lives during the day, really short lives, like I did to this morning. That we really could have gone longer this morning, but I had to be somewhere, so I had to get off. But we're gonna have the conversation tonight. There's a lot going on. We're gonna talk Don Lemon. We're gonna talk Donald Trump. We're gonna talk Epstein. We're gonna talk about it all for a little while. And whatever we don't cover tonight, we're gonna come right back and talk about it again tomorrow, so we can get through it all because it's a lot. And it seemed like as we start going through the things that we have, something else happened. Something else come up. So I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's talk about it. But I want to be able to let people come up. It won't let me. I don't know. Maybe it will in a little while. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I see people coming in. Thank y'all for being here. Go ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat so I can shout you out. We are going to try to get the link in the chat sooner or later if it'll work, so that you guys, if you want to come up and talk about the topics that we're talking about, you can hit that link and you can come on up. Hey Harlem, what is Bondi's last name? I have to Google it. So y'all, I'm gonna go get mine. I'm gonna give people just a few more minutes to get in, and we just gonna jump into the conversation. I'm gonna go grab my iPad because I left it. I'm gonna get us live on TikTok, and then we gonna get started. Okay? I can't even like. All right, so it let me put the link in the chat. So as we go through the live tonight, as we go through our show tonight, the link is in the chat if anybody wants to come up. It just started working, so praise goodness, right? So I'm gonna go run, get my iPad, get us on TikTok, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Give me just a second. All right. Oh, get TikTok. All right, so we're gonna go live. All right, we are live on TikTok. Hey TikTok. Oh, there's a charger. Hey TikTok, what's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? So we have a plethora of topics to talk about. Welcome everybody over on TikTok. Just come on in. Um, Let me know where you're tuning in from. At least stop by and say hi on TikTok to us. Let me know you came by. Everybody here on YouTube, I appreciate y'all being here. So let's jump right into it. So I want to start out with Sha'Carri Richardson, first of all, before we jump into our big stuff. So Sha'Carri Richardson, if you guys don't know who she is Olympic star, and she was arrested, and her video was actually the video of her being arrested was actually displayed for the public to see. And in this video, like the officer was telling her, like, listen, you were going 104 miles in a 65-mile zone, and she had every excuse for why she was going that fast, and she did not want to be arrested. And he was, I mean, that's reckless driving, right? So, but she was pleading. He was like, okay, let me see he was like, but you're going to jail. They said he said, you are going to jail. And so she was pleading for, them not to arrest her. Ultimately, they did arrest her. And I'm going to try to play. Harlem, will you stick the disclaimer up and we can post it on there so that people can know? Yeah, I'll wait for you to post that really quick. My grandson's calling. So while we're waiting on the disclaimer, I'm going to pull it up and share, and we'll listen to her arrest. Again, this is Sha'Carri Richardson. You guys come on in. We're going to share it out. I know as we go along this live, people will come in. And when you do, just hit the, did I miss y'all again? Okay. They, all right, we're back. Sorry about that. My grandson was calling. I had to let him know grandma's right here. So let me pull it up. She has put the disclaimer up. We're going to listen to Sha'Carri's video really quick. Share my screen. All right, here we go.
My tire at the back is like literally on 29.
So you're driving at 100. Hold on. You're driving at 104 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone with subpar equipment, flashing people to get out of your lights, out of your way, following too close, using every lane to pass everybody, cutting me off, passing a car on the inside shoulder with their hazard lights on. You're going to jail for dangerous excessive speeding.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. My phone, I didn't even know my car was speeding.
That's why they give you a speedometer.
I totally understand. I communicate with you. I really do not want to go to jail.
No, most people don't, but you got to think about that before you do the speed. I need your license, your registration, and your insurance. You were speeding.
So I was, and I totally didn't know. If you look at my phone, my buttons right here, they jump around. My phone is sitting here and it's sitting on here. I literally see it's not even in normal mode, and I see that. My apologies, please. I communicate.
So then it cuts off. So you guys, we were just listening to Sha'Carri Richardson's arrest when she was pulled over and she was begging and begging. But whatever the reasons, they said that the driver, he's an Olympic star as well. And he had some paraphernalia, some drug paraphernalia. So I'm not sure if Sha'Carri is getting off on the wrong track, if she is actually using drugs or not, we don't know. Or is this just a mental breakdown? Like we know just a few months ago in the airport, Sha'Carri was with her then boyfriend and they were fighting and she hit him and she went to jail for domestic violence in the airport. So she's kind of spiraling. Don't know really what's going on with her, but we're going to pray for Sha'Carri Richardson and just hope, like she was for this speeding doing 104 and a 65. She got her bond was $500. So we'll see what happens with that. Whatever's going on with Sha'Carri, I just hope that she gets it together. You know, I feel sorry for her. I don't know what's going on, but something is going on with Sha'Carri. So that's Sha'Carri. Hey, TikTok, thank you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Right now, there's nobody there. We're gonna build this thing up. It's called consistency, and I'm not consistent enough on TikTok. All right, so that's Sha'Carri. We're gonna remove her and we're gonna move on to the next subject. As you guys know, the Grammys are this weekend, and my girl Tiana Taylor is up for nomination. All right, so let's move on. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I don't know what to do over there on TikTok for me. How do I interact? But I'm here, y'all. I'm here. All right, let's move on to, can you hear us really good on TikTok, Harlem? We good? All right, let me move on. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, so our next topic. I do want to take a minute. I want to take a minute to shout to just acknowledge Miss Shirley, who was an influencer. Not sure if you guys knew who she was, if everybody knew who she was, but she's very known. And she was known for, you know, getting out in the community of Los Angeles, Skid Row in Los Angeles, and going to feed the homeless. He's calling again. Hold on, let me tell him. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. My grandbaby called and I had to talk to him. So please forgive me. But anyway, I was shouting out, hey PZ, hey Bridget, hey y'all. As y'all come in, hit the like button for me if you will. But anyway, I was shouting out, I was talking about Miss Shirley and her being found deceased. Her daughter was, so let's back up. Miss Shirley is a well-known influencer. She goes out into the community and she gives them clothes. She dresses them up. She works with Lizzo, and Lizzo give them clothes to wear. She gives them food, and she had just did that out on Skid Row in Los Angeles, which is a very dangerous place. But she sacrificed her life to go out there, and she did well. She had a team and went out there and did that. She went, and then after that, like her daughter started getting worried because she was calling and she wasn't answering her. And so she thought, well, I'm just going to go over there. So she goes over there and she knocks on the door. Her mom didn't come to the door. So she started throwing rocks at her, up at her window to try to wake her up. And she still ain't coming. So she called the police for a welfare check. And when they got into the home, they found her, that she had passed. And beside her was one white pill. They're not saying what that white pill was. It probably, I don't know what it was, but they're not saying. But they did confirm that she wasn't on drugs. Like, she didn't have any really health issues, and so that they knew of, right? And so it was very strange how Miss Shirley passed away just unexpectedly. And for her daughter to have, gosh, this hair, her daughter, and I think her daughter and her granddaughter went to look for her and was there when they found her. So that's very sad. And we just send our condolences, man, out to them and wish them the best at this point. Very sad situation. As I said, there's a lot going on. So, yeah. Hey, TikTok, welcome. I see Harlem over there. Lord, help me, Lord, to figure this thing out. I just want to figure this thing out. All right, I'm going to share this because I think this, we're going to get to this right now because I think this is ridiculous. But who am I, right? Let's just get it on. Oh, not that. Bridget, what you doing, girl? You staying warm out there in Jersey? All right, I'm sharing my screen. All right.
But that's okay. But Nikki,
is this entire situation going all the way over Nicki Minaj's brain and her spidey senses, as the whole room just laughed at her and she thinks they're laughing with her after Trump made a financial jab at her and her financial situation currently, after being the only Mexican woman in the room?
It's lethal. Okay.
Nikki makes a lot of cash. Not as much as Michael Dell. Not quite. Not as much.
He said she needs a lot of cash.
Is this entire situation going?
So anyway, here's Nicki Minaj sitting amongst the people. When I saw her, first of all, when I saw her on the stage with him and she was praising his praises, she's his biggest fan. But then she went to this to the actual event, and she was standing amongst all those people. And at one point, she was just standing there like she didn't know what to say. You don't even know what kind of conversations to have with, hey, Bad Bunny, welcome. You don't even know what kind of conversations to have with these people. You just out there. And it looks crazy. Phases, I gave JoJo your message. He said, okay, and inquired about your email, but he's live now. Oh, dang. I need to know when he goes live. I don't mean to go live when he does. Probably won't be stopping by tonight. He has a channel. That's what I was asking, ABZ. What's his channel? And I'll figure out when he's go live. I don't want to go live when he's live, so I'm sorry about that. Because I didn't know. But anyway, back to Nicki Minaj. Okay, we're in here. So let's just address the elephant in the room. What do we think about Nicki Minaj at this point? Like, and again, we've had this conversation, and I'm saying Nicki has the right to choose what party she want to support. She has the right to do what she wants to do, but I feel like, do we think she's selling out? Well, she did. What it did do for her, though, is it did earn her this gold card or whatever it is from Donald Trump for citizenship. But I want to know what the big picture is with Nicki and Donald Trump. What it also has done, she ain't too crazy, because she got all eyes on her. Like, she can make appearances now, and the outside of our culture people are following her, and they're adoring her because they're acting like they adore her because she is MAGA now. I think that do we think this is a distraction as well? Like, I don't know what the deal is with her. And it just continues to get bigger and bigger. Like, what is going on? Again, not too crazy, because now, like, she's gonna get all those fans. She got a big platform. We ain't gonna take that from her. Nicki has a big platform and she has a lot of supporters. But do we think is Nicki selling out? What's going on with Nicki? So I just wanted to share that. And he put her on blast talking about Nicki needs a lot of cash. She needs a lot of cash. So did they have a conversation about that? And he just put it out there to everybody? Or was it just really a joke? Let's hear it again.
Going all the way over Nicki Minaj's brain and her spidey senses as the whole room just laughed at her, and she thinks they're laughing with her after Trump made a financial jab at her and her financial situation currently, after being the only Mexican woman in the room.
There you have it. That's Nicki Minaj. I mean, and I think that with all of the attention that Donald Trump has given her and all the places that he's allowing her to be in, I think that it's just getting ready to, it's just going to continue. Like, she's going to continue to show up for him. She's going to continue to spew it in our face. Like, she don't care. She don't hear nobody. She don't hear the haters. They're haters. She don't hear it. I don't either, Harlem. I don't get it. Yes, Bad Bunny, he called her a Mexican. He did not call her a Black woman. He said she was a Mexican, and which makes you, okay, which says that you are a minority in every single way in that room. And he's going to take it to the max. Whatever he can get out of you, Nicki, to get you to support him and talk good about him, and it benefits him, he's on it. Her needs bigger glasses. So yeah, I'm with you, Harlem. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know if it was for the immigrant to be legally in the US to make it right. I don't know if it's for her husband. I don't know if it's for her brother. I don't know what it's for, but he needs bigger glasses. But he definitely says he ain't calling her a Black woman for sure, but Bad Bunny. So I don't know. It gets worse and worse every day with her. I just can't figure her out right now. And I think that's how she wants it. All right, let's move on. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Happy Friday. I was excited to come live. It's been a minute. All right. So do you guys remember me talking about Gervonta Davis, he was a boxing champion, and he was they were looking for him because he was he had allegations against him. Come on. He had allegations against him for violating a woman, actual charges, essay charges against him, and he was on the run. I don't even know. I can't even say that he was on the run. They were looking for him, is what I can say. So Gervonta Davis, he is a heavyweight. Well, not a heavyweight boxer. Let me see. They're just saying a boxing champion. He has, but so they finally, I think he turned himself in. He was. So I think that the prosecution was not wanting to let him out, but then they made a deal that he couldn't be around, of course, the woman, the alleged victim, and a lot of other stipulations. So let's listen to him in court. Yes, he got out. Oh, did I not share?
Person in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes.
Attempted kidnapping, false imprisonment, and battery.
Where their alleged victim has lied to them in an effort to try and extort money out of somebody. This case is going absolutely nowhere. The police officer who investigated this was lied to blatantly.
Objection. A judge has already found probable cause. All I'm asking is, Your Honor, leave the bond and issue the stay away order.
I understand this is not my first day.
So you see, the prosecution was getting really smart with his attorneys. The attorney was like, I get it. This is not my first day as a lawyer. So basically, what his lawyer is saying is that this is just a money grab. None of this has happened. None of this is true. Prosecution is saying that they found probable cause to move forward with charges against him. So he is going to have to fight for this. He did get out on an $8,500 bond, but he's going to have to fight to prove his innocence, because they're going to move forward with a trial. He got some pretty serious charges against him as well, so I hope his lawyer knows his thing. But right now, of course, they want to say that this is just a money grab. I will read what it's saying here. It says boxing champion Gervonta Davis has been released from a Miami-Dade County jail after posting an $8,500 bond, ESPN reports. Davis was arrested Wednesday. Oh, did he turn himself in? David was arrested Wednesday in Miami following a 2-week search led by the Miami Gardens Police Department and the United States Marshals Service, who located Marshal Services, who located him in the Miami Design District. He was booked into the Turner Guilford Night Correction Center Wednesday night. Authorities say the warrant stemmed from an October 27th incident where Davis allegedly assaulted, restrained, and prevented his ex-girlfriend from leaving a strip club. So he didn't turn himself in, knowing that they was looking for him. I think at that point, when they put it all out nationwide, that they was looking for him. He probably should have turned himself in to make it look a little better, but some people are just stubborn like that. It was like, they just gonna have to catch me. So they did get him, and he is going to have to face the charges. This was an ex-girlfriend of his. Catching up, 5 minutes behind. Sha'Carri, gray Range Rover. It's no excuse, but the luxury car, you barely tap the pedal, and you gonna go. Girl like speed, so I understand. Yeah, so if she was doing, let me get him off. If we're back at Sha'Carri Richardson really quick, y'all. If she was doing 104, she was breaking the law. He wasn't being aggressive with her in any way. He was doing his job. So I feel like, gotta go to jail. You got to answer for it. Listen, you got to abide by the law. All right. You got to follow the law. And he says, Nick is a weirdo. Nicki is a weirdo. Nicki Minaj is a weirdo. She's just the newest administration's puppet. Exactly how I feel about that. I feel like right now, if it's going to benefit her in any way, she's going to stick it out. And Donald Trump, same way, he's going to keep her around. If whatever Nicki's doing is going to benefit him, make him look good and talk good about him, she going to keep doing what she doing. And she says she don't even care. He said, do you think Nicki has something to do with Don Lemon things? Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's get into that. That was the big thing I really wanted to talk about. And we can just talk about it now. We can go back to the other things. So as we know, hold on, it's hot in here and I got to turn this ceiling fan on. Give me just a second, y'all. Hold on, TikTok. Okay. All right, let me get back over here. All right, so let's talk about Don Lemon. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj, because when I found out this morning, thanks to Harlem, because I hadn't looked at my phone yet. I found out that she went, but they were saying, Nicki was on an interview and she said, I want him, he needs to be arrested. He needs to get arrested. I want him in jail. She also she also talked about his personal life, him being a publicly gay man. She talked about that. For some reason, she can't stand Don Lemon. And so, listen, it's not far-fetched to think that her voice was heard by the administration to have him arrested. What makes me think otherwise is that other people were arrested as well. Pam Bondi, she made the directive to have them arrested, even after a federal judge threw that stuff out and denied it, which is why Don Lemon got out of jail without even having to make a bond. So on his own recognizance, probably. And he's going to fight it. Like, at the end of the day, there's a video, if you guys didn't hear that. I saw that, Harlem. At the end of the day, there's a video that came out, and the video you could hear Don Lemon saying, and when he was at that church, right, when they went up in the church, you could hear Don on his video. He was talking to somebody asked him something, but he was telling them, he's like, I'm not part of that. I'm not going to go up and get in the middle of that. I'm just here as a journalist. I'm just recording. I'm just covering this protest. And he said also, they said also he was there, and he was like journalists do. He was interviewing certain people that were in there. The pastor, what we're also learning is the reason that they went in this church is because the pastor of the church is an ICE agent in Minnesota, but he didn't happen to be there. So he interviewed the pastor that was there and other people, but he made it clear, I'm not part of this. I'm just here as a journalist, what I've always done. Other journalists are here. And so we that's what he was doing. So you hear the video saying that. I think that's kind of why corporate luxury. Hey, it's been a minute. And so he they threw it out in Minnesota, right? Now, then he goes to California because it's Grammy weekend. And this is why I'm so confused. Like, how is it that Pam Bondi can tell him, he's in California, go arrest him, tell the feds to go pick him up. So Homeland Security worked with the FBI, federal agents or whatever, and they arrested him at midnight. He said they came for him at midnight and picked him up and arrested him. On what? For what? Like, I was so mad about that. And then when we talked about it this morning, I was thinking, okay, it's early enough Friday that they can let him out. They can let him make bond, whatever they have to do, but he needs to get out because he's arrested unfairly, like unlawfully. He's arrested, I think. How can you in California go arrest him after a whole federal judge said it doesn't stand? Like, how can you do that? I'm just, somebody help me understand. So let me go back into the chat really quick. The nerve that came out today. The news that came out today. Epstein DOJ moving forward with Freddie case. Nothing going on in their favor. Corporate Luxury said, if you don't like Don Lemon, I don't like you. He is doing the Lord's work. Bad Bunny says, the wrong Don was arrested. The wrong Don was arrested, Bad Bunny. That's a good title for a short. Might have to snag that, Bad Bunny, but that's a good title. The wrong Don was arrested. When you telling me the other Don, those people's president, name is all up and through those Epstein files, mentioning that he's with underage women, he's throwing parties in Mar-a-Lago. He's all in the mix. Even after he comes out and says he broke ties with Epstein because they fell out because Epstein was doing things at Mar-a-Lago. They found stuff in those files after that he was still involved. So like Harlem said, I think all this mess is a distraction to keep the heat off of him with these files, with these Epstein files, is what I think. I also think that they are trying to make an example out of him. Anyone with a camera in their hands recording breaking news is a citizen journalist. If we can do it to confirm journalists. Did you put something else? Yeah. How did you change your name back? It won't let me change mine. And then it says, I'll wait for the news media to break something. It's all fluff until they have something concrete. What was the question? Did you see the files, emails pertaining to? Oh, okay, gotcha. And then it's things people got copies of, but are now deleted from DOJ website. Okay. So anyway, I also heard that a lot of stuff, even though a lot of stuff is redacted, they're saying that Jay-Z's name is coming up a lot. They're saying that Jamie Foxx's name came up in the files. I can imagine there's a lot of celebrities there. Okay, there were a lot of celebrities. That was a celebrity struck parties. That's what they were. But then, how can you determine? You have to look at the files. You have to go through the files to determine who was doing something they didn't have no business and who was just there for the parties, right? So how do you determine that? Also, we got off of Don Lemon, but I think we made our point about Don Lemon. We feel like he was arrested. Let me stick to one topic because I'm all over the place. Don Lemon. I feel like he was arrested for distractions, and because he had the bigger platform, the bigger name, they wanted to bring somebody down with a big name. And I think Wright and I talked about that. Somebody I talked to about it, but that has a big name, and he was that, and he's out. All the reason, and even CNN came out when Don Lemon got arrested, to say, like, what are we doing here? Like, are we now arresting journalists that are going and covering breaking news? That's like, if you have journalists that go into a war zone to report, and the war zone is bombing everywhere. So should they not be reporting on that? Like, they're journalists, and that's what journalists do. He didn't go in there in that church to engage in what was happening. He was just reporting. And so anyway, at the end of the day, I feel like, and a lot of people feel like, the constitutional rights have been broken. Like, again, the question is posed: do we have a constitution? Do we have amendment rights? Like, why are we ignoring our amendment rights, our First Amendment rights? Like, how is that being ignored? It's because this administration is getting away with doing anything they want to do at any moment. Whatever Donald Trump says to do, you better believe his little goons are going to make it happen. And that's what's happening. Don Lemon came out and he said, listen, I'm not going to be silenced. Why y'all think they let him out on no bond? They let them all out. I believe all of them on no bond, because he was arrested unlawfully. That's it in a nutshell. That's what authoritative regimens do. This is dangerous territory. Yeah, it is. I was like, he's been doing this for 30 years. Even the people that fired him came out in his defense because they know it was wrong. So do you stop being a journalist and stop doing what you're getting paid to do because you might get arrested for it? He didn't violate nobody, touch nobody. He just was doing his job. That's that. That's that on that. All right, I'm back. I had to answer that. That was for the magazine, so I'm sorry. All right, so what did you say? What you got to say? Bad Bunny says Don gets arrested and the ICE agents take 2 lives, okay, and go back to work the next day. Listen, I wish y'all was on the live with us this morning, because we were having a debate this morning, right? I was all about, listen, I don't care if Mr. Preddy kicked the light out of the car, out of the truck, because he did kick the truck. He kicked the ICE agent's truck, and the back light came out, right? He did have a gun on, a pow on him, but they took that off of him. And I was saying, so with all that said, even if you needed to arrest him or detain him, he shouldn't be unalived today. He should still be here today. You unalived him for no reason. They let me have it about why they felt like it was justified, right? I was like, okay, I respect it, because I remember here we respect each other's opinion. We agree to disagree respectfully. Then they talked about Renee Good, and they were saying that she was unalived because the officer tried to tell her to stop, and she tried to pull off, and her wife got her unalived because her wife was telling her to keep going. Okay, let me tell you, her window was down. Can you pepper spray her so she can't drive off? She can't see. I mean, if you just had to do something, pepper spray her instead of unaliving her. Well, she should be at home with her kids. Well, at that moment, she wasn't at home with her kids. She was protesting for what she feels is right, is the right thing. She was standing for what she thought was right, what her truth was. And she could have, you could have pepper spray. Why is your pow the first thing you go to, opposed to, well, she hit somebody's foot, ran over. I feel like I'm still going to stand on it. They should not have unalived those people. Period. Man, I wish we could. Wonder if we can hear her live. She's on there right now, right? Harlem. They was angry. They wanted Don Lemon to stay in jail. They was like, forget a Don Lemon. And I was like, well, I'm gonna still have to stand on what I believe, and that is I want him out of jail. Hi, Jalitha. Hi. So welcome, Jalitha. So let me tell you about this YouTube channel over here. We talk about everything trending. And so right now we're discussing Don Lemon being in jail and how we feel about it. We have debates over here about it, about what we feel, what other people feel, and we respect each other's opinions. And so tonight we are talking heavily about Don Lemon going to jail and the other people going to jail that we feel like, I will speak for me, I feel like he should not have been arrested for being a journalist and being in the place that he was in Minnesota. And then a federal judge in Minnesota says, no, we're not going to sign off on him being arrested. We're not doing it. But he goes to California to cover the Grammys, and they arrest him there. Blessings to you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. So that's what this YouTube channel is about. We do a lot of debates. We talk about a lot of everything. We have some amazing interviews. We feature people, like we do a little bit of everything over here. So thanks for stopping by and even saying hi to us. So, right, you said that CNN was reporting on it right now. Do we want to try to bring it on and see if we can hear just a little bit of it before they kick us off? I can try. If it's happening right now, right, let me know if you still see it. And if you do, I'm willing to pull my wig back on. I'm willing to pull it up and listen to some of it. But this morning, back to this morning, Harlem, right? Did you see all those twos in the chat? I said, put a 1 if you think Don Lemon was arrested unlawfully and should be out of jail. Put a 2 if you think he should stay in jail. He was wrong for what he did. All them 2s started popping up. They was angry this morning. They was in their feelings this morning, and they didn't like what I was saying. I had to stand on my truth and what I believed is right and true and right. Oh no, they are still talking about it. Okay, let me see if we can just pull it up really quick and share about. I want to hear about what CNN is saying, because as you guys know, CNN did fire Don Lemon, but they're coming out. Well, they came out in his defense and in the defense of all journalists. But we really wanted to hear what they were going to come out tonight and say, if they still stood for journal. Of course they stand for journalists, but do they support Don? So let me see if I can get it up really quick. Where am I going to find the live stream? How about this? Whoops. No. Give me just a second. We're going to see if we can get it. Now I have to go see what's going on because I'm so, yeah. So Jalita, and here's the thing. We don't really do like politics over here, but lately, we have been like, since the protest, been kind of looking at it, and I didn't know I would have such opinions, such deep opinions that I have when it comes to what I believe is right, or right is right, wrong is wrong, right? That's what I believe, and so I've just been speaking about it. I'm gonna see if it'll let us come on. I see the live. They want me to buy. They want me to subscribe to their live, and I ain't gonna be able to do that. So I don't want to do that. Let me see. Everything is politics. Everything we do is about politics. But yeah, leave that one alone too. So let me see if I can find it. But I'm not finding it. Let's see. 1 hour ago. Live stream. So I'm not finding it like in real time, but you guys have to just go to CNN and check out, because I'm going to go check it out. I want to know, did they really at heart have Don Lemon's best interest at heart? Or was this just about purely journalists, which is fine too? Because whether you're a small platform like this, and I do go to red carpets and I do cover like stuff like that, but not anything like protest yet, but like people, like journalists are saying, dang, do we go cover things? Do we now have to be prepared to make bail if we go cover something? It's crazy. It's crazy. So go find Jalita, go check out Don Lemon. And I mean, if you don't want to talk about it here, I understand, but I would love to know what you think about it as well, after you hear about what's going on. Thank you for the hearts over on TikTok. We live on TikTok too. Just to see what your thoughts are around that. So anyway, let's get back into a little bit of what we think is going on with, hold on just a second, y'all. It's not, you gotta pull it up over there. Hold on. Okay, yeah, you fixed it right there. That cord was coming off. Thank you. Let's kind of just I'll definitely share my thoughts. Awesome. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear what you think. Or actually, we always put the link down in the chat. So if anybody feels led to want to hit that link and come up on the panel with me and just have a dialogue, I'm open to that as well anytime. If you guys are wondering about Montana and why he's not been here, Montana has been moved. And so he my iPad. He's moved and he has no connection, so he can't get on, but he will come back. Corporate luxury, thank you so much. Like, it means so much to me. I appreciate it. You're the only one that come on here and show that kind of love, but everybody that comes on here shows me love, and I appreciate it. Corporate says, thank you for the super chat. Corporate said, this isn't about politics. It's about standing up for what is right. Thank you, Phases. Thank you. And I'm with you all the way. I'm a strong believer that right is right and wrong is wrong. And I also understand that what I think is right is not, other people are not going to see it as being right. So that's why we say when we come here, we respectfully can have those debates where I respect what you say, but I don't agree. You know, this is what I think. But at this moment, I feel like a lot of us here are on the same page in that, you know, you can't, like, you have no right to go unalive someone. Is that it? APZ? I'm gonna try to grab that link and put it up there and see if I can make it work. But you have no right to just go around. How do I have hats and stuff on my head on TikTok? But you have no right to go around unaliving people just because you're in authority, right? And what is so cringing is that I don't feel like, just my opinion, I don't feel like Donald Trump cares enough to make them stand back, right? The only reason that he has ordered them out of Minnesota is because of the protest, because people spoke up, and they're tired. They're not having it anymore. They're not going to stand around and see people pass away anymore. They're done with that. So, now you come and say, okay, y'all got to get out, right? After people have lost their lives or gotten hurt. You saw where they pushed this lady down in her chest and just pushed her on the curb. And Mr. Pretty was trying to help her up, and they got him. You know, so it's a way, and it's about what's right and what's wrong at the end of the day. So let me go back to the chat. Bad Bunny said, so true. He made 1.5 billion in the first year while taking away from the people. And when he was running for office, it was going to be so beautiful. It was going to be, you know, so different than any other president had ran this. But you know what this is about for me? When I stand back and I look, for me, I feel like if it benefits him, he's all for it. Just like I don't feel like he should have went and apprehended the man and his wife from was it Canada or no. Come on, help me, right? Harlem, y'all. They brought him all the way from wherever he was the president position in his country. Brought him over here. He's in jail right now. Why? For what? Because you don't like him? Donald Trump is saying that he feels like Barack Obama needs to be arrested right now. I'm going to read what he said to y'all. Go arrest. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. He wants y'all to go arrest Barack Obama. What are we arresting Barack Obama for? On what grounds? Which I'm sure Barack Obama is not. Oh, it's on the button. Barack Obama is not worried about it, but why are you arresting? He want to arrest people he don't like. So let me see if I can find. Yeah, that looks crazy. But let me look. All right, here's what he's saying. Let me see if I missed anything in the chat. He backtracked already. He says they aren't. They are. Oh, so now they don't have to get out? ICE agents don't have to leave Minnesota now? Because he said they had to go. Different in the wrong way. I agree. Bad Bunny said because he won the Nobel Peace Prize and didn't have to beg for it. Pretty much this is why. Then we're gonna read it. And then he said he's dumb and doesn't fully understand the law. If 47 is or has immunity, so does Obama. And that's just what it is, because guess what? Obama was the president too. So listen, Trump is still posting about arresting Obama and prosecuting election workers. Amid multiple national crises, President Donald Trump spent Thursday morning posting, which was yesterday, not for the first time, about how his predecessor, Barack Obama, should be arrested and how Georgia election workers should be prosecuted in both cases, citing unsubstantiated claims. Trump's fixations on going after Obama and Georgia aren't new, but they now come at a moment of intense backlash across the country over his administration's violent campaign targeting both immigrants and citizens in Minneapolis and nationwide. Trump shared a screenshot of a breaking social media post that accused the former president of attempting to coup and work with CIA agents to manufacture false intelligence, and crowed. I need my glasses. And he rode Americans' confidence in our democracy and President Trump's landslide victory in 2016. In that election, Trump lost the popular vote to Hillary Clinton, but by a margin of nearly 3 million. We know he lost that election. Yeah, we know he lost. But yeah, this is what he's saying. Like, we've heard him say before that he wants to have Barack Obama arrested for whatever reasons he thinks he should be arrested. But he's just going for people that he just doesn't like. He doesn't like Don Lemon. Nicki Minaj doesn't like Don Lemon. So Don Lemon gets arrested after Nicki says, I feel like he needs to be arrested. He needs to, and called him some really bad names, and he needs to be arrested. He gets arrested. It's a mess. It's a mess. All right, I'm caught up in the chat. So anyway, the drama continues. Donald Trump is going to be Donald Trump. I'm just wondering how long will we allow for Donald Trump to get away with things that are so illegal? So illegal. He gets to make his own rules. He lets Pam Bondi make the rules. She can do what she wants to do. And I think, again, I'm going to go back to this. All of this that's going on are distractions to keep the heat off of him, because those Epstein files are coming out. So I want to go back to some of the other things that we were going to talk about tonight. I won't keep y'all much longer, but I wanted to know if you guys thought if you guys heard about Armand Wiggins and Donat really quick. So Armand Wiggins had applied for a protective order against Donat. Now we know that when they were in Miami and they were covering the Meg Thee Stallion trial, there was a big deal out there, right? And they were saying that Armand was in fear of his life. So he left, but Armand came there saying, I just came because my followers wanted me to come and cover it. And I am going to leave early. And that's why Armand really left early. But there was other things going on. So they had court today. And y'all also know Donat was kicked off of YouTube and cannot be on YouTube anymore. This is just a side before we get into the other stories. And so they had court, and Donat was like, I'm going to win. I ain't worried about court. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to win. Like, he's not. We ain't trying to hear what you're saying, Armand. Armand goes in there with his attorneys and he wins. Armand says, like, I don't come out here and I don't brag all on YouTube and all on the internet and social media. We walk quietly because we knew we were going to walk in there and win. They came out with a big dub. They won. Donat cannot, there was $40,000 in legal fees that has to be paid. Donat cannot say, it's kind of like Cardi B and Tasha K. Tasha K can't say Cardi's name like that. Donat can't say Armand's name. You can't be within 100 feet of him. You can't even write his name and put it on social media. Nothing. And Armand said all he wanted this entire time was Donat to leave him alone, and he wouldn't leave him alone. So Armand got a big dub today. He won in court. Just side note. Yeah, we got that. Just catching up. All right, let's move on. What else do we have? What did I get sent today? All right. So we'll talk about Ghislane Maxwell. Let me see. Yeah, let's talk about Ghislane Maxwell really quick. I'm going to share this if it'll let me. So everybody know who Ghislane is, I'm sure, right? Everybody know. Share my screen. So here we go. Ghislane Maxwell claims that 29, you hear me? 29 of Epstein's friends cut secret deals with the DOJ. I believe her. And I feel like at the time, I don't know, at the time because Epstein had been unalived himself or whatever, Ghislane was the next biggest person. She's kind of like, what's her name? She's kind of like Christina Quorum to Diddy. Ghislane was that to Epstein. But she's saying in this particular post that 29 of Epstein's friends had cut a deal. So let me read it with the DOJ, with the Department of Justice. You gonna let me get bigger because I can't see that. All right. It says, new court filing. Ghislane Maxwell claims 29 of Epstein's associates cut secret deals with DOJ. Ghislane Maxwell has filed a new habeas corpus petition claiming that 29 friends and associates of Jeffrey Epstein were protected by secret settlements with the Department of Justice while she alone was prosecuted. Listen, I believe that there are other people that need to be arrested. Just like I believe with Diddy, he shouldn't be sitting there by himself R. Kelly shouldn't be sitting in there by himself, and Ghislane probably shouldn't be sitting there by herself. According to the filing, 25 men allegedly reached undisclosed settlement agreements, and 4 additional alleged co-conspirators were known to investigators, but never charged. None of the individuals are named. Maxwell argues that prosecutors concealed the existence of these agreements and that Maxwell argues the prosecutors concealed the existence of these agreements and that had she known, she would have called those individuals as witnesses at her trial. Well, how do you know now? She says the alleged secrecy undermined the fairness of the prosecution and violated her constitutional rights. Her filing also claims that Epstein's 2007 Florida non-prosecution agreement extended immunity to his co-conspirators and that the government violated the spirit of the terms of that deal by prosecuting her while allowing others to walk free. Maxwell further alleges juror misconduct, suppression of evidence, and that she was selectively prosecuted for political reasons. I agree. While other powerful individuals escaped accountability. I mean, but she's guilty, I think, of things. That's my opinion. I think TikTok went off for us. We're too long. And anyway, she is currently serving a 20-year federal sentence after being convicted in 2021 for recruiting and grooming underage girls for Epstein between 1994 and 2004. The Supreme Court previously declined to hear her appeal. At the same time, the DOJ now says it expects to release the Epstein files in the near term, despite federal law requiring their release by December the 19th. Attorney General Pam Bondi says millions of pages are being reviewed and redacted. Of course, it's all going to be redacted. Lawmakers from both parties are publicly accusing the DOJ of violating the law. So this question remains: if 25 alleged co-conspirators exist, who are they, and why has only one person gone to prison? My question exactly. Who are the 29 people? Like, I feel like she knows who they are. I feel like, I don't know, for some reason, she's protecting Donald Trump because he has that kind of power. But I feel like she knows who these people are. They're just not being named right now. Thank you to everyone yes, thank y'all for being here. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like. That keeps us in the algorithm. Free way to support the channel. I appreciate you so much. So let me move on. It says, she has a good case. No one has a PDF ring for just themselves. Right. Ring for just themselves. All the cases where that is the case, a few kids, maybe a dozen, not hundreds. So I agree with you that there's other people that should be arrested alongside her. I think that if she has good lawyers, good attorneys that's going to really dig in and really fight the fight, I think she has a good case. But they're going to have to name the people. They're going to have to name them. He also says, Wright also says that legal team is right. She should be included. She should have been included in the deal. Co-conspirators, right? How is it that it says all his co-conspirators can get immunity, right? However, you're calling her a co-conspirator, but you convicted her. So they are more high profile than her. I get it. And that's probably how they slid through the cracks. And it's like, just get her. Don't We good over here. Just go get her. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett probably on the list. I believe Bill Gates is probably on there. Bill Clinton keeps saying, I've done nothing. I did nothing wrong. That's what you said about that girl, too. Stuff was put out on Bill Gates in the recent release. Yes, it was. You know, Jay-Z's name came up too, and Jay-Z's name always be coming up and stuff, but he never catches the heat. He never does. He just flies by. They were in the pictures. Yep. Wright says she's in an interesting position. If she has information, she's an asset with as long as this has been going on, but also prosecution can flip it saying, how reliable is she since criminal? Yeah, and then why, also why now? Like, how is she getting this information now? Did she always have this legal team working for her? Or did she finally get somebody to start working for her and she's just finding these things out? If it's 29 people, I guarantee you she can confirm who those 29 people are. I guarantee you, she was there day in, day out. She was the one that has been convicted of recruiting the girl. She was there. So I think that she could have identified who those 29 people were. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's that on Ghislane Maxwell. We're going to continue to follow Ghislane and see what she has going on, because I'm like you, right? This is interesting. And she could be onto something. Better just be careful about that Donald Trump, because she's holding all of his secrets. And if she keep on, she gonna let the cat out the bag. And then he's going to regret it. Right now, I think she's protecting Donald Trump for whatever reasons. I don't get it, but it's a method to their madness, I guess. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Good conversations. So we talk about whenever they were trying to arrest Don prior to this in Minnesota, they were talking about, why are the celebrities not coming out with this whole protest thing, with this whole unaliving of the two people? Why are celebrities not talking, and where's the support? So I wanted to play this that was shared with me. Busta Rhymes came out, and he actually is in support of Don Lemon and the movement. So let's see what he has to say.
Don at all costs.
Yes,
He's
sir.
doing his job in the divine alignment way. And we salute him for that.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Let's hear it again. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to it too late. The whole thing was going. So pretty much, basically, though, he
Don don't gotta talk.
Hello, Shade Room.
Don don't gotta talk. I'ma talk. Proud of Don. We proud of Don. We gonna advocate for Don.
That's right.
We need to protect Don at all costs.
Yes,
He's
sir.
doing his job in the divine alignment way. And we salute him for that.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
I like that. I like that about Busta Rhymes coming out and saying it. And ain't this at the Grammys? Ain't this in LA? He was just right before he got arrested, I think, is where they had that conversation. Protecting him. Oh, yes, with the celebrities. Yes. Here. I swear they will interrupt my lives. So yeah, like, well, so let's talk about that, right? Because when they said, why the celebrities weren't coming out, and they specifically what I heard was LeBron James why is he not coming out? Why is Taylor Swift not coming out talking about it? And that could be part of protecting their brand. But as soon as I did a post, I did a short about that, like Carrie Hilson, what's her name? What's her name? Kerry Washington. She came out. She actually did the phone calls on live, and people just started coming out. So I don't think that they're not supporting or not saying anything now. And I think they're being even louder now. It's going to be interesting tomorrow when I wake up to see what has taken place since Don has gotten out. Don said that he was in California, in LA to cover the Grammys, but he said he may not even go cover the red carpet now. I hate that for him. But he said if they can talk about what he's going through on the carpet, he'll go. But if not, he's not going to go. And I hate that because his whole point for being in LA was to go report on the Grammys. Hate that. Yeah, the Venezuela. Who was the man, though? What was his name? Y'all remember? Rice says, if she has enough to take him down, do it and get pardoned by the next person. Absolutely. Absolutely. Get him out of here. Yep, that's what Don had on when he was, It was right before then. He said they came for him at midnight. They was watching him all day. They did it on purpose that way. And still he got out on his own recognizance. He didn't have to pay no bond. But he had to go back to court in February. So that means he's going to have to come back to California. It disrupt his life, his everything, to come back to court. And I hope when he come back, they throw it out. Every time I see Buster, he cursing somebody out. Nice change. Right. I'm so excited. He looks decent. He looked nice. He was in support of Don. I'm excited for Don. I am. And I'm excited to see what's next for him. Eric Benet called them out. He said, ooh, the F-bombed them. Absolutely. So Don's team, while he was in jail today, his whole team came out and they kept his show going for him, right? And so they was bringing different guests on there. And there was this one Caucasian guy that was in support of him. He got on there and he was like, F them, F them, F them, F-bomb them, F-bomb them. He was mad about it. He was mad about it. It was kind of funny. So what did Wright say? Wright said, you know what may happen? Lots may speak out during the Grammys. Yep. They might slide it in when they, when the recipients. That's why he was saying, I'll go cover the carpet if everybody would be like ready to kind of discuss what I'm going through. And I get it. But I would still show up at the carpet. I would still go. Yes, his name. That's his name. I was saying that I don't think, and then maybe it's because I don't understand, but I don't think that I was saying that him and his wife shouldn't have been arrested, leaving people alone. But I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like everything Donald Trump do is wrong. It's unethical. I'm also hearing Melania's documentary is coming out in theaters February 6th. And that according to my sources, my wonderful sources, they're saying that the ticket sales are not doing what they thought it was going to do. Do we want to hear about what's going on with Melania? I would, if you're gonna put it out, I'll go listen to it so I can give my commentary on it. Am I that interested about? Not really. But it already came. Was it tonight that it came out? Either way, it's out, and ticket sales are. When y'all see Melania and Donald Trump, does she act like she's interested in him? Oh, it came out today. Does she act like she's interested in him? Sometimes I feel like she don't want to hold his hand, but maybe that's just who she is in her culture. I don't know. I'll watch on TV. I'm not going to pay. That's when I'll watch it. I'm not going to the movies to see it. No. And I don't think and a lot of people are not interested. So like they thought this would really be a hit for her. You never hear much about Melania. And so she was going to give you an inside to her life for a period of time. And then the ticket sales didn't do what it should have done or what they expected it to do. Again, I'm with you, Harlem. I will wait till they play it because it'll be on TV. We'll see it, and then we'll give our commentary on it. But I'm not gonna run out and buy a ticket to go see it. Ain't happening. Bad Bunny says nobody wants to see Melania. Pretty much. That's why I said, like, are we checking for Melania? No, not really. But if you're just gonna put it out there for us to see, let me see so I can tell you what I think about it. Other than that, we ain't checking for you, girl. What else? Whack, flop. She's interested in the money. She says you just see it on Tubi because it's free. Long as I don't have to pay, I will go see it, right? Tubi is free. So if it comes on Tubi, she will be watching. Any of it, or if it comes on something that I'm already subscribed to, I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna go to like for the documentaries for Diddy, there was something, I forget which network it was that I wasn't subscribed to. I subscribed to that thing because we was covering the Diddy thing heavily. But like for her, I will wait until it's no longer in the movie. Go take care of Baron. Apparently still needs his mommy. That's what happened to these rich kids, man. You don't need my mommy. Oh, poor Baron. Poor Baron. Your daddy is Donald Trump. Well, he loves his family though. I saw that. He loves his family. All right. Y'all, I think, do we want to keep going? Do we want to keep going for another couple of stories? Who is Drea? What Drea got going on? Oh, all right. We can talk about this. So, y'all, I'm kind of sad in that Basketball Wives is going away. There's no more seasons, no more Jackie Christie, no more Basketball Wives, unfortunately. I'm gonna tell y'all, like, it got a little hectic, but I always was ready for the next season to come on to see what shenanigans were going to become of that season. And Shawnee came out and publicly said that, as you grow, things change in your life. You grow, you move on. Listen, I have to tip my hat to Shawnee. She is one of the longest lasting, other than Love and Hip Hop, reality shows that lasted for this many years, this many seasons. And so I love to see our Black women and men thrive and be successful. So I'm really proud and for Shawnee that it lasted this long. I have my speculations about why it's ending. There's a couple of things. I think me and Harlem kind of talked about it, but there's a couple of things. I think that one could be that she is First Lady, and the things that happen on Basketball Wives, she's just growing apart from that, being in the church now, possibility. The second thing, it could be the really hard lashback they got about her bringing people on that don't have any affiliation with basketball players, right? You're just bringing people on because they're your friends, or your friends said to bring them on, or whatever. And that kind of turned people off from it, because it is called Basketball Wives. It came out and started as basketball players' wives. And they're looking into the behind the scenes of their lives. And then it just turned into the football cheerleader, the basketball cheerleader, the the friend's friend of a friend that was a friend, like, or a hockey player's wife. I'm just saying, but it just got away from the meaning of that. And so maybe that could be, why they are kind of, I mean, it could be abundance, but it could be actually what Shawnee is saying, So anyway, Drea was a part of Basketball Wives. I was watching some reruns actually when we were snowed in, and Drea was a part of that. Drea was kind of funny though. Like she talked crap, but she was kind of funny in it, just with how she is. But anyway, Drea is, let me go back and read it. Harlem said that Basketball Wives doesn't fit her persona right now. Yeah, not for what she has going on. And maybe her and her husband had that conversation, right? Or maybe she's like really taking a step back and saying, ooh, I'm a first lady, and the stuff that's going on my show. So maybe she's going to recreate, and do something different that is not so harsh. Listen, these are ladies, and be dressed up, beautiful ladies, and cussing and fighting like that, like, girl. But I mean, that's what got the views. That's what you have to do. That's what reality TV is about. And so maybe Shawnee just took a step back and was like, her husband's like, come on, hon, we gotta change the narrative here for you because you are first lady of the church. So anyway, Drea has come out. She's a preacher's wife. Yes, that would be good. Like the preacher. Ooh, listen, just because they the preacher wives, it ain't always good. But they can make a good show, right? They can make it be good. Just tell the good stuff. So anyway, Drea Michelle reacts to Basketball Wives ending, pitches Shawnee Henderson one last idea. Oh, I have got to get back out of this because when I pull it up like that, I can't see it and I want to read it. Drea's cute. She's a cute girl. Bless her. All right, let's see what she's saying. I have to do it this way, y'all. Sorry. Because I didn't bring glasses the first in here. Drea Michelle appears to be reacting to the official end of Basketball Wives after series creator Shawnee Henderson confirmed the long-running reality show will not be returning. Shawnee Henderson, formerly known as Shawnee O'Neal, shared a statement announcing the show's conclusion, thanking BET, VH1, Shed Media, and longtime supporters, while describing the moment as a transition. See, I think that's what it is. It's that first lady thing. The Jasmine brand exclusively revealed in 2025 that Basketball Wives was ending and would wrap without a reunion. And that is exactly what has happened here. So, I mean, nothing ever stays the same. Things are forever changing. But I want to know, what was her last, did it tell what was Drea's pitch? Oh, here we go. The post immediately sparked conversation among fans, many of whom viewed it as a nod to the franchiser's culture, impact, and the relationships, both real and volatile, that helped make the show a reality staple. Shawnee has since made it clear she's focused on growth and new projects moving forward, signaling a definitive close to the Basketball Wives chapter. While no farewell special has been announced, Drea's response shows that even with the show officially over, the Basketball Wives legacy and interest around it still has life. But what about what? Is there more? Oh no. So what did she pitch to her? I don't see it. Dre was part of the Diddy harem. Oh, I can see that. I can see that. I could definitely see that, Harlem. So anyway, Y'all listen. She wants like a last supper type thing. Just to bring it to an end. Oh, well, that's something I would tune into. I would like to see them all come together. But you know what? She was losing like her really good people. And I don't think Jennifer wanted to be a part of nothing right now with what her and her husband are going through. And then also Malaysia, she was like, I don't have time for that no more. I'm moving on. But the show she went on with Carlos King didn't do well. In Atlanta, it didn't do well. So I just think that people just need to move on, find their way. I saw that a couple of other of the Basketball Wives cast came out and thanked Shawnee for everything that she done for them, which I thought was really nice. But it would really be nice if she could just do one last, get them all together in one big place and see how it goes. Boy, to be some wigs and weave and dresses and shoes being tossed, unless they come and just be ladies. And Shawnee probably was like, I don't even want to be bothered with that. When I say I'm moving on, I'm moving on. So she probably won't do that. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna bring this to an end for tonight. We'll come back tomorrow. There's lots more to talk about. So we'll come back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank y'all for being here, hanging in here with us. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you did not hit the like on the way in, please hit the like button on the way out. It's a free way to support the channel, but it's also keeps us in the algorithm, which we need a lot of that right now. So if you guys could please hit that like button, I appreciate it. Corporate Luxury, thank you for the super chat. Every time you come in here, you sending me a super chat, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Stay warm, and I shall see y'all tomorrow because I'm here for it, and we're gonna talk about it in the chat. Bye. Good night, everybody. Thank y'all. Thank you, APZ, Bad Bunny, Harlem, right? Everybody that I didn't see, corporate, everybody. Who am I missing? I don't want to leave nobody out. Jalitha came in. Thank you for coming in tonight. Making sure. Everybody, I just thank y'all. Y'all know what? Have y'all self a good night. See y'all.